What is up, guys, and welcome to episode number 7 of this NHL 2009 roster New York Rangers franchise mode here in the 2011 offseason. The NHL draft is upon us. We will, of course, be doing the offseason in the first half of year number 4 in this episode. So let's get right into it. The offseason underway with the Phoenix Coyotes being on the clock. If we take a look at the draft class, who would we really want? I feel like we need a defenseman, and I really like Adam Larson. If I could trade up for pick 10 in this year's draft, would that be crazy? Wait. First, yeah. Pick 10. What if I give them Wade Redden back and pick 28? And you guys give me a second for next year. They say no to that. That's okay. I would be willing to give up the 5th round pick. They reject. Skaters matching their block. Who would they want? What about a lot? I don't think so. Weiss? They say yes to that, so we are now on the board at number 10. There we go. I feel like that's a very good move. So the first pick, Phoenix Coyotes select 84 overall medium franchise Nikita Kucherov. What a pick. Back-to-back years having 35 points plus in the KHL as like a 2-year underager. The Flyers select Gabe Landeskog. The Stars select Mika Zibanejad. The Wild get Mark Scheifele. The Blues get Huberdeau. JT Miller goes to the Flames. Nugent Hopkins to the Thrashers. Johnny Gaudreau to the Blue Jackets. And at number 9, Couturier, he goes to the Sabres. Now I feel like is where you take Larson. I feel like that would be good. I don't know if he's NHL ready. That's the only issue. I might just take him. Congratulations to the Detroit Red Wings on winning the Stanley Cup in this year's National Hockey League Stanley Cup playoffs. With the 10th overall pick in the 2011 NHL draft, the New York Rangers select from HV 71 in the SHL, Adam Larson. 76 overall defensive defenseman, medium elite. There we go. He could be a partner of Subban's for years to come. You know, if we decide to move Johnson down, maybe he could just be a very good second pair defenseman for us. I actually really like that move for us. I really do. And there was one other guy I really wanted to look at. And I know it could be a risky move. It really could. But I would be willing to give up a lot for this pick, straight up. They say no. Okay. I don't want to have a surplus of defensemen because I know who I want. A bit low. Okay, we are going to get this deal done, which is a good thing. We'll give them a 7th for next year, and there it is. Got it done. We are on the board at 17. I feel like he could be like Burns from last year. He might have, medium top 4, but would it be a smart pick to get Vasiliev? Larson is a right D, and if I could get Clefbaum or that guy, that would be huge. Whoever's on the board there, I would take. Trocheck to the Bruins, Raquel to the Oilers, Carlson to the Devils, Siemens to the Panthers, Brodin to the Sharks, London to the Canucks. And I feel like taking this guy. I feel like taking Clefbaum would be a good thing. With the 17th overall pick in the 2011 NHL draft, the New York Rangers select out of Timur IK in the SHL, Oscar Clefbaum. 67 overall, high top 4. What is that guy? Didn't take. Oh no, he's gonna go to the Islanders. 79 overall, medium top 4. We could flip them. We could flip them. I mean, here's the thing. He could grow in potential. So, like, this Vasiliev for Clefbaum, because Clefbaum is years away. You guys are giving me a third for next year. I'd do this. Ivan Vasiliev, welcome to the Rangers. There we go. Okay. Wow, mediumly Mercer goes right before us. That's crazy. Reyes, Otter Reyes. Okay, now we're on the board here. Ryan, I don't know. These guys are just not speaking to me. Dmitry Jaskin, ew. Not Tyler Biggs. What is this draft? This draft sucks. Holy crap, this is bad. Tyler DeKaiser? Sure. That you don't understand. That is such a bad pick. Dylan DeMello. Okay. Oh, sick. Wow, we missed out on another guy. Who could have seen that one coming? Yves Fisset. I mean, this draft, this is putrid. We're getting bust after bust. We're going to go with Ott, Raphael Ott, enforcer defenseman, medium elite. There we go. Pick 118. Yuri Mikanov. Oh, God, that might be one of the worst picks ever. That might be one of the worst picks ever. What a putrid draft. That's bad. That's a really ugly draft. Time for the re-sign phase, and this is where things get a little hairy. Because we all know we need to re-sign Johnson. Sharapano's a 91, Subban's a 91. They need paydays after this year. Johnson, you're going to need a big raise. Oh, God. $6 years, $9 million. 6 teams that he could be traded to. Yager, goodbye. Fedorov, sadly. Like, all these guys gotta go. They need to leave. And this team might miss the playoffs. I don't think this team's very good. We get Vasiliev on board. Last release. Biz Nasty, of course, I'll sign back. Good locker room guy. LaRock, no. Peros, no. John Scott, no as well. Pyatt, I'll qualify. Larson's going right to the AHL. Qualify. Goodbye, Halpern. Torrance. Fisset is still only 17. Gives him a little bit of room to grow. The Kaiser. DeMello. And we'll sign Ott too. Why not? Goalies. Garand. And yeah, we'll release Saba. Send him to free agency. Johnson says no. I don't like that. I'm going to qualify him, but I'm going to keep offering until, we get some progress here. 6 years. 9.2. I would give you that. I would easily give you that. I'm not going to re-sign at that dollar value. You're 23. What about a 5-year? $5 years, 8.8. Almost full. I mean, that really should get it done. This will bring you to the prime of your career at 28 years old. Like, that's stupid. Come on. Come on. I would give you that 9. What about that? What about that? I mean, that's just stupid. How much am I going to have to overpay for him? That's really going to scare me. Wow. Who's there to be signed? Oh my God. They're all yo. You need a playmaking guy. Brad Richards, Sakura, Fedotenko, Bufflin. That would be crazy. This is an insane class. We need to get you back. We all know that. Whoa. Okay. I would offer you this. I'd offer 8 point. Oh, yeah. I would do that easily. We might just need some depth guys, really, because this could be like a little bit of a step back year. We're not as good of a team. Like a Keith Kachuk, would you fit on this team? Bottom 6, that's probably where we play you. 2 years, 3.5. Well, I would sign you. I would sign you that. Chichu is interesting. You know, we all know you're a great goal scorer. And he signs immediately. Jonathan Chichu, welcome to the Rangers. That might be a little bit of a sneaky pickup there, which I actually don't mind that, if I'm being quite honest. Anything else here that we could look at? Gilbert Brule. Oh, yes, please. 2 years, 2.5 for Korea. I would easily sign you to that. Mike Modano, too? I don't think that would make sense. Any defenseman that, like, look not bad? Hammerlick? Probably not, because I feel like the young guns could really step up this year. Maybe, like, a young goalie to put in the system. I would actually not mind Montoya as our backup. Former Ranger draft pick, he signs. Udobin we can also get. Yeah, okay, I like those offers. I really want Korea, though. Like, that would make me happy if we got him. Chuck says yes. Korea says yes. Johnson says yes. On July 4th, Independence Day, we get all of our guys. That is a really, really good trade. That's I really like that. Offense. Shooting. Yep. Chicho, I want to get that shot up. So the next season, man, like that, I really like those deals we just made. Okay, you know, I'm not feeling like this team can make the conference finals again next year. You're being bad, and then you get, you know, fail for Nail, Galchenyuk, even like another defenseman like a Ryan Murray. Would that be the worst thing in the world? Maybe not. Maybe not. That Vasiliev kid could play immediately. I don't know what to do with Burns, though. Edit lines, we are here. Sharapov's at 92. This has got to be some sort of sick joke. He's the face of the franchise. I don't really think there's anything else to say. But the rest of this team is looking a bit rough. Like, I don't love this team. Would I put Step on line 2? What else would I do? You could go like this? And then you could play left wing. I would want Reeves in there instead, actually, instead of Bugard. I mean, is this team good? On paper, probably like a wild card, like a 7 or 8 seed. No, this is the best pair in hockey. This has to be one of the best pairs in hockey. +4. Ooh. AHL, Burmistrov's an 80. You can give him more time to develop. We're not in any rush with him. The AHL team sucks. Like, really bad. Kulikov, you played your rookie year and then you just stagnated. I was expecting you after like a 65-point year to go up and overall. You have not at all moved. You could be on your way up because Sanguinetti and Burns have passed you on the depth chart easily. So yeah, I feel like we can go like that. 80 overall. You're playing Vasiliev. I like this team. Goalies, don't tell me Lundqvist went down. He stayed the exact same. I feel like he's locked into this 93, 94 range. Scratched. AHL. Goalies in the AHL. Howard and Hudobin. Not bad. Actually, those are really good AHL goalies. So yeah, that'll do it for the offseason. Of course, we'll sim past the preseason, and I'll take you right to when we start the next year. Yakupov, there he is. You could get like Dobbs. Is there a good center available? Hurdle. 2 goalies projected really high in this draft. Yeah. Okay. Jordan Subban, we could get his brother. I don't think that would be a great idea, but, you know, it's always something to think about. A lot of goalies. 1, 2, 3, 5 projected in the first round. There's probably going to be like 3 or 4 going, if we're being honest. But, man, that's crazy. DeAndre Hobbs. I like, would... Oh, Hobbs, maybe? Like, getting one of these made-up guys, maybe they could be good at draws. And we could turn one of them into a center. Ryan Murray, I'm actually really interested in because I know he's a good player. And we'd have, like, a thing about of the future. You get rid of Girardi, and then your second pair is Murray and Larson. Your first pair is Johnson and Subban, and your third pair is Vasiliev and Burns. That's a sick defensive core of the future. But that'll do it for the offseason. I'll take you to the start of season number 4, the 2011-12 regular season. Of course, we made the conference finals in real life this year. Can we do it again? We'll see. See you then. All right, guys, here we are at October 1st, 2011. Here we go, the 2012 season, season 4. Let's take a look at our lines before we start simulating. Here we are, the forward core: Taylor Hall, Paul Kariya, Alexei Cherepanov, Hugh Jessamine, Ryan O'Reilly, and Derek Stepan, Keith Kachuk, Artem Anisimov, and Jonathan Chichu, and Ryan Reeves, Sean Avery, and Brian Boyle. On defense, PK Subban and Eric Johnson, Dan Girardi and Ivan Vasiliev, Philip Burns, and Bobby Sanguinetti in net. Henrik Lundqvist and Al Montoya, game 1 of the season in the mecca of the hockey world, Toronto, Ontario, Rangers, Leafs. The 2012 season is underway. Here we go. Here we go. The first game of the 2012 season against the Leafs. 1-0, we're down. 3-0, game over. 3-2, we lose to start off the year. You know, we almost came back, but just wasn't enough. Now we stay in Canada this time, in Western Canada, in Alberta against the Flames for game 2 of the year, looking for win number 1. 2-0, we're down. Now it's 3-2 again. 4-3, we lose to Calgary. 2 very close games, but both end in regulation losses. Now we play our first home game, a home opener here in the 2012 season against the Panthers. Here we go. 3-1, we had the lead. All members of the first line with a goal. It's a 4-1 Ranger win. 2 goals from Sharapanov. What a start. 7 points in the first 3 games of the year for the Siberian Express. Now we play the Tampa Bay Lightning back-to-back home games against back-to-back Florida teams. Here we go, boys. 2-0, we're down. 2-1, Korea. 5-1, we lose against the Lightning, but we allow Lundqvist to face 40 shots on the dot. Bad job there. Now we play against the very team we eliminated on our way to a conference finals berth in the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then we play the Panthers again. 2-1, we're down. 3-1 now. Game over. So bad. 1-4 through our first 5. Now we play against the Florida Panthers. Game number 6 on the season. 1-1 after 1, 3-2, 5-3 we lose. This is so bad. We can't score goals. We really can't do much. Now against our arch-rival Islanders for game number 7. Here we go, boys. Let's pick it up. 3-0. Thank you. 5-0. It's an 8-1 Ranger win. What a performance there at the Garden. You absolutely shell-shocked the Islanders. Now we will play at the Garden again, now against the St. Louis Blues. Erik Johnson against his former team, 2-0 Korea and Hall. Korea also playing his former team. 2-2, and for the first time this year, we are going overtime. Blues, Rangers, overtime at Madison Square Garden. Here we go. Of course, their main addition in the offseason was getting Brent Seabrook away from the Blackhawks. Oshie against Hall in the draw, time underway. Face-off won by the Blues. Scuderi now to Seabrook, could steal. Here's Sharapanov, he will move in on Rob Scuderi. He's hit there. Oh my God, what a hit. Here we go. Big face-off here. Why? Get him off. Johnson around the boards. Here's Lundqvist. He will go out and play it. He waits. He looks right up ahead to Sharapanov. Sharapanov full head of steam. He will move wide. Here goes Sherry. Sharapanov waits to the net. What a stop there. Sharapanov back to Subban. PK. Subban. Save Thomas. 2 minutes left. Timeout New York here in overtime. They will put out the same 2 guys again. Sakura and Oshie against Sharapanov and Hall. Face off. Won by the Blues. Scuderi back to play with it. Scuderi waits. He looks, he moves it up to Oshie. Now to Sakura. Good job by Subban. Sakura the first on that. Subban wrecks him. Seabrook. Great job by Johnson. Erik Johnson. He waits. He waits. He looks up to Sharapanov. Loses it to Seabrook. Sakura moves it down the wing. He's rocked again. Great job there. Subban up to Sharapanov. He cuts in to the middle. Good move. Sharapanov shot save. Subban sitting there. Never got it off. Here goes Perron. David Perron poked away. Here come the Blues. Scuderi. 8 goal posts. Run around the world. Save. Oh, now it's Sharapanov again. He moves at the end of his shift. Sharapanov waits, cuts wide, big save. Here's Nigel Dawes. The former Ranger makes a great pass. Perron to Dawes. Save. Shootout at the Garden. The first shooter for the Blues will be Alex Pietrangelo, their star defenseman. Big save, Lundqvist. And for the first time this year, Sharapanov in the shootout. Here he goes. Scores! Sherry got it. Rangers up 1 to start off the shootout. TJ Oshie, great in the shootouts. What a save, Lundqvist in a real heavyweight matchup there. A chance to win it for the Rangers. Taylor Hall. Saved there by Thomas. Now you need a Lundqvist save to end it. Here it is to win the game. Bullies against Lundqvist. Rangers win it. They get the win in the shootout against the Blues. There we go. Come on. The Rangers now move to 3-5 now against the Panthers again for the second time this year. We get a win against them here on October the 20th of 2011. Game over. 4-3 we lose. Bad job there. Really bad job. Ugly loss. Now we will play the Sabres, Flames, and then Flyers here in the month of October, the first month of the season. 1-1 after 1, 3-2 now. 4-4, we are going overtime again. Sharapanov, a hat trick tonight here in New York. Rangers, Sabres, overtime. Let's do it at the Garden. Here we are at MSG. Big face-off here between two New York teams. Face-off to start off overtime is won by the Rangers. Here goes Sharapanov. Start off overtime. He waits. He goes wide. Right around Tyler Myers. He circled. He shot. Big save there. Here's Yager, the former Ranger. Johnson now to Sharapanov again. Sharapanov cuts wide. He waits. Goes to the net. Right in front. Big save there. Down low it goes. Sharapanov in the corner. Waits. Draws him to him. Bad pass there to Subban. Here goes Johnson. He waits. Now he looks. Bad job there again. Myers. Good hit. Good job by O'Reilly as well. Here's Stepan. Now to Subban. Subban gets it on. Save. O'Reilly on net. Stepan. Bad job. Myers. That's a bad change by Subban. Big drive. Save. Here's Vasilyev. The new guy. Up the Hall. Taylor Hall. He waits. He looks. Draws it around. Uh-oh. Lundqvist, please. Stafford down low. Big save. Sharapanov gets that one. Up ahead to Hall. Hall with Sharapanov. Hall to Sharapanov. Block. Puck sitting there. Sakara gets it out of trouble. Stafford against Vasilyev. What a hit, Vasilyev. Here's Girardi. He kicks it. Now to Hall. Hall waits, looks. Sharapanov. Vasilyev. He moves it up. Gets it to the middle. Sharapanov waits. He's hit off the puck there. Sakara now. Now to MacArthur. Oh, no. Big save. And we are going to a shootout here at the Garden. For the second time this year, first shooter for Buffalo will be Jaromir Jagr against his good buddy Lundqvist. Saved by Henrik. And now look who it is. Sharapanov, his former line mate, moving in. Scores! Sherry's got it with a hat trick tonight. He gets them up in the shootout in round one. What a goal there by number 7. Here's Thomas Vanek in on Lundqvist. Scores. High glove side. Beats the king. Here's Taylor Hall. Needs to give him the lead in the shootout. Scores! Right under the crossbar it is. Taylor Hall. They're a save away from ending it at the Garden. Come on. Waugh against Lundqvist. Scores. Dangalicious from the captain. Here is Subban with a game on his stick at the Garden. Scores! They scored 3 in a row, and it goes to the D-man. Okay. Subban. Come down a winner. Come on. Now we will play against the Calgary Flames. against them for the second time this year as well. We are 4-6. Sharapana with 17 points through the first 10 games of the year. Here we go. 1-1 after 1. 2-2, we are tied. 3-3, another game goes to overtime for the third time this year. Rangers, Flames, Aginla, Sharapanov, overtime at MSG. Here we go. Let's do it, boys. Here we are in overtime against Calgary. Big face-off here to start it off. It is won by the Rangers. Here goes Sharapanov. The game on a stick immediately. Sharapanov scores! He goes end-to-end! His 9th of the year in 11 games. And the Rangers get the win immediately in overtime. The Rangers now move to 5-6 through their first 11. Now against the Philadelphia Flyers. They are a good team to start the year. Need a big win against them. 1-0 Philly. 2-2 we're tied. 4-3 we fall to the Flyers. Damn it. Now we will play up against the Islanders again. We beat them last time with a Sean Avery hat trick. 8-1 we thumped them. Do they come back for revenge? 1-1 we're tied. 3-2 we're down. 4-3 we fall. They come back. They beat us. We are now 5-8 against the Predators and the Penguins to end the month of October here in 2011-2012. 2-0, Tkachuk and Johnson. 4-1, we have the lead. It is a 5-3 Ranger win there against the Preds. You love to see it. You really do. I mean, this team's not playing... this team's playing bad, but we knew this was going to be a step back year. I don't know about missing the playoffs. You got to hope we don't. 3-0, game over. Montoya just got absolutely lit up for 8 goals on 35 shots. What a showing from him. Like, really impressive in his first start back. Now we will get to calendar simming through the month of November. We will play the final, some of the final 4 games of the month here. Boston, Chicago, Washington, and New Jersey. February 1st is upon us now against the Flyers and Penguins. 6-5 win, 3-1 loss. There's a 4-3 win against the Predators. There's a 5-3 win and a 3-0 loss. We sit in the basement of the Atlantic Division. 6-2 L against Buffalo. 3-2 shootout win. A 5-4 win against the Pens. A 4-3 win. We are on a 3-game heater right now. Now against the Bruins. They are struggling a lot this year without Tim Thomas. 2-1. We lose 2-1. It's a very, very tight game. Unbelievable right there. You know, in these next 3 games, I want 2 wins. The Blackhawks are really struggling with Taves and Kane. They're missing Keith and Seabrook because they both left. The dynasty that never was for Chicago. Here we go. 2-0, Sharapanov and Jessamine. 3-1. It's a 3-1 Ranger win. 2 goals by Alexei Sharapanov and 31 saves from Henrik Lundqvist give the Rags another win. We are 13-13. 1 point behind the Flyers, even though we have played more games than almost everyone in the division. Now we play the Caps. They're a good team. 1-0. It is Chi-Chu. 1-1. We're tied. 2-2. We are going to overtime against Ovi and the bunch. Rangers, Capitals, overtime. Here we go. Here we go in overtime at the Garden. Backstrom and Ovechkin against Hall and Sharapanov, the 2 dynamic duos on both sides. Overtime underway. Here is Green now to Backstrom. Over Carlson, Ovechkin. What a save to start it off. Here's Hall. Hall waits. He looks. Sharapanov's got it. Sharapanov has him beat. Here goes Sherry. Staying with it now down the wing. He cuts back. Sharapanov against Ovechkin. What a spin move. He shot. Scores! Right over the blocker side. It is Alexei Sharapanov, the overtime winner at the Garden. What a snipe. Absolute like the agility of the kid to get around Ovi, to get around Carlson. What a move, what a goal, what a win in overtime. And hey, you've already won back-to-back. If you get 3 in a row, that is just a pure extra bonus here against the Devils. Here we go. 1-0, it is Lagenbrunner. 3-1, we're down. 3-1 loss there. Really poor showing, but hey, you got 2 out of 3. That's really not bad. But hey, that loss just put us right back in the basement. Now we will open up December, the season of giving against the Thrashers. Back-to-back games against the Thrashers and Hurricanes, both at home. Here we go. Thrashers not a good team. 2-1, we're down. Still 2-1. 2-2, and again we are going overtime. We tie it up with under a minute to go. Rangers, Thrashers, overtime. Here we go. Here we are at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tavares and Kovalchuk against Hall and Sharapanov. Overtime underway. Face-off won by the Thrashers. Here's Zach Bogosian, the former top 3 pick. The Kovalchuk, the former first overall pick. A lot of high draft picks on the ice for the Thrashers right now. Good save there. Here's Johnson. Moves it up to Sharapanov. What can this kid do? Sharapanov moves wide. He might have a stab. Scores! Right under the bar. It's number 22 for number 7. His second of the night in another overtime winner for the Siberian Express. Come on. What a win. 30 games in, about 10 games to go until the halfway point of the year. We are 15-15 now against Carolina. Here we go. 1-0, we're down. 1-1, we're tied. 4-1, we lose. Sick. Good job. You guys are really good at this. You know, losing really bad games. We will play New Jersey, Detroit, Phoenix, and Detroit again to end off the calendar year. Here we go, boys. There is a 4-3 win against the Devils. A 4-3 loss against Anaheim. A 4-1 win against the Flyers. A 6-4 loss against Atlanta. A 6-3 win against the Blackhawks. 4-1 win. And an 8-2 win now against the Devils. Here we go. A really, really big game tonight. You know, 3 games to go until the halfway point in the season. Let's see how we do against New Jersey. 1-1 after 1. Game over. That didn't take long. Just a sick loss overall. Really funny, guys. You know that? Really funny. 20-19-0. 0 overtime losses. We're only 3 points out of second place. 3-2, we have the lead. 3-3, we are going to overtime. We get a point guaranteed. But here we go. Rangers, Red Wings, overtime. Here we go. Overtime here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Datsuk against Hall on the draw. Face-off won by Detroit. Here's Nick Lidstrom. Lidstrom, the multi-time Norris Trophy winner. He shot, big save. Here's Sharpana behind the net. He's pinned up there by Datsuk. He loses it now. Lidstrom, Stewart, shot, blocked by Eric Johnson. Here's Lidstrom. Lidstrom, good job there. Here's Hossa. Hossa, Datsuk's gone. Uh-oh. Save, Lundqvist, come on. Needed that one. Good save, Hank. Subban up ahead, Hall. How was that not ice? Uh-oh. This isn't good. Hossa against Girardi. What a shot. What a save. Full pressure. Just a special type of idiot needs to, be used to lose that game. I mean, that is something out of a damn movie. Now we will play up against the Phoenix Coyotes. They are a just dreadful team. Here we go, boys. Their leading scorer has 35 points. Ours has 58. 0-0. 1-1. We are tied. 1-1. We are going to overtime again. This time in Phoenix. Coyotes. Rangers overtime. Here we go. They somehow acquired the services of Duncan Keith. So now here it is, overtime in Arizona. It is, who is it? It's Doan and Turris for the Yotes. I thought they would put Kucherov, the kid, out there, but here's Sharaponov. Nope, not Sharaponov. Here's Keith to Doan. Shane Doan, the captain, great job. Keith, good job again. Great defense by the Rangers. Here's Subban. Subban waits. He looks up. Good block. Thank you. Yeah, Sherry, let's go. Here goes Taylor Hall. Right down the wing. He waits. He looks over. Sharaponov never got it off. Gonchar in front. Saved there, covered by Fedotov. Timeout. The Rangers call it. Sharaponov, one of the leading scorers in the league. 59 points, on pace for 60 goals this season. Face-off is won, back by the Rangers. Here's Subban, sets up. Now it's Johnson, he looks, Sharaponov has it. Good hit there. Here's Naslin, the former Ranger, wrecked by Eric Johnson. Sharaponov's going to take advantage of this. He's hit off the puck, though. Here's Naslin. Good job by Subban to cut him off. Keith, good play again. Sitting there for Shen. Good save. Here's Subban. He waits. He looks. Trying to get it over to Sharaponov. He waits. Buys some time. What a bad play there. Shen, good job by Hall. Johnson looks down the wing to Sharaponov. Losing energy on the shift. Been out there for a while. Sharaponov cuts wide. He stays with it. Waits. Looks. Tries to get to the net. He can't. Sharaponov being double-teamed here. He waits. He's not hit off the puck yet. He waits. He stays with it somehow. Sharaponov waits. Down low. Goes wide. In front. Never got a shot away. Come on. 14.6 to go here in OT. In a game tied at 1 in Arizona. Lundqvist just had to make 40 saves tonight. Face-off won by the Rangers. Here's Sharaponov down low. He's going to cut in front, and there's 31. He's second of the night late in the overtime period, and the Rangers beat the Coyotes in overtime. Come on. There it is. There it is. Come on, great win for the boys. 60 points. 41 games in. He's on pace for 120. We're on pace for 42 wins and 86 points. That's not really that bad. Does that put us in a playoff spot, though? We will go check that out right now. We are third in the division. That would put us 15th in the league. Very mediocre. But 8th in the conference. Barely clinging on to a playoff spot. There is Sharaponov, 60 points, Hall 42, Subban 41, Korea 38, and then everyone else really, really bad. O'Reilly, you might be traded, man. You are really turning out to be just a straight up and complete bust. Lundqvist, not bad, not as bad as last year, almost the same as the year before. Really mediocre. We will play the final game of the calendar year here against the Red Wings to close out the episode in the year 2011. Let's see what this game brings us. 1-0, it's Jessamine. 2-2, we're tied. 5-3, we lose. The final game of the episode there against the Red Wings. Sharaponov, 61 points. Again, on pace for 120. That'll do it for this one, guys. See you guys next time where we take care of the second half of the regular season. If we miss, it'll be the full off season too. If we make, it'll just be the second half of regular season. See you guys next time. Let's go Rangers. Peace out, guys.